My name is Kimbal Musk. My company is the Kitchen Community, and my vision is to connect kids to real food across the country.
Hi, this is Sandy Grayson with Stardo TV, and I'm here in Lodo. Is that how you say it? Denver. And we are at The Kitchen, and we're going to go sit down and talk with Kimbal Musk, entrepreneur extraordinaire. Come on. Let's tell everybody that might not be from Colorado.
Sure.
You started with your first one in Boulder.
So we started with the kitchen in Boulder, then we added the kitchen upstairs, which is a wine lounge. The kitchen in Boulder is farm to table. Before farm to table was a phrase.
Yes.
We're credited with being one of the pioneers, which is nice. But honestly, we looked at it as being a community restaurant. You know, from the beginning, it was always Boulder's Community Bistro. And the idea was to work with local farms. Whatever they would produce, we'd serve. We would be a member of the community, and then take some of the profits and give it back to the community in the form of connecting kids to food. At the beginning, we could never really describe what we do because it was just what we do.
And it was working. You didn't really know why.
Well, and everyone says, "What kind of food is it?" Well, I don't know. This is whatever we want to cook. And it's just very simple food. So it would be a pork chop with some polenta, and that's it. You know, and a lot of people expect it to be, you know, several layers of complexity, and we just don't like to do that. You know, our food is very simple, and it's very honest. And if the pork chop isn't good, it's just not good. It's not going to be hidden by a sauce or anything like that. So we really work very hard on our local farmer relationships and the quality of the product.
While Kimbal moved to New York City and enrolled in the French Culinary Institute, he has remained a close advisor to his brother Elon in companies such as PayPal and Tesla Motors. If Kimbal's passion is food and community, his brother's passion would have to be SpaceX, a private company that designs, manufactures, and launches the world's most advanced rockets and spacecraft. Jon Favreau, director of Iron Man, credits Elon Musk as the real-life inspiration for Tony Stark.
SpaceX is a company that started by my brother, and I've been one of the founding board members.
Who I read is like the real Tony Stark.
Exactly,
the, Iron Man,
the inspiration behind exactly. Yeah, Tony Stark doesn't hold a candle. Let's put it that way.
Nice.
He realized that there really wasn't a lot of options to launch into outer space that was remotely within reason in terms of cost and accessibility. And so he started to create that and turn it into a company. Every step along the way, everyone said he was crazy, that you can't really do this. But he's a determined guy. If you ever meet him, you'll find out. And never bet against him. So I was one of the, I think I was the first investor other than him in what he was doing, and I'm very proud to be. It's probably the wrong thing to say, is he getting the support or isn't he? I mean, he is getting what he needs, but there's a lot of ideological beliefs out there that this should be done by the government. And when you're doing really good things for your country and for the world, and you get a lot of flack for it, that can hurt. It was the first cargo resupply mission by SpaceX, first one in the history of any company in the world. The only people that have done it have been NASA through the space shuttle and the Russians, and this is the first private company. So it's a historic achievement. It's like two bullets meeting in the air. I mean, it's truly an incredibly difficult thing to do.
You had this great success early on, and then you had the opportunity to take a step back and really think about, what do I want to do with my life? What kind of legacy do I want to leave? You and your brother both seem to be now working in industries, working in places where you want to make a big difference in the world.
Yeah, I would say, so I don't know if you know this, but I actually had a very serious personal accident about 2.5 years ago.
No.
So I broke my neck. So paralyzed on my left, horizontal for 2 months. Had a lot of time to think. You know, I really consciously decided to say, you know, this is not about business or making money or anything like that. This is truly about, you know, what am I going to do for the world? My joke is if not for the physical trauma, I highly recommend the psychological awakening. Because I don't know if I would have gotten it without that.
The Kitchen is centered around a belief that gathering around the table and sharing good food and drink is what connects us as family, friends, and community. The Kitchen Community is the nonprofit established to connect kids to real food by creating learning gardens in schools across America.
I wanted to really create something that was a place where kids were not just allowed in, but welcomed in, and where they would spontaneously want to play in. So that was one thing. The other thing was we wanted a place where teachers would spontaneously want to teach. Not gardening, but it's a beautiful day outside, like today. Let's go outside and just read a book. Or let's go do some journaling in the garden. So the data is really powerful. By the time these kids are in 6th grade, we can double their intake of fruits and vegetables. And we're talking about kids that don't even know what it looks like for a vegetable to grow. It's like going to the zoo for them. So it's a real change in their understanding of what food's all about. So you're working with such a low bar that just by exposing them to vegetables on a daily basis, you just get them, they know what it is. And they're more open to eating it and trying it. I mean, imagine if we can achieve that at scale, that changes the economy of the country. Like that's how much more fruits and vegetables are sold on a daily basis.
One of the things we love to do on the show is tell an entrepreneur out there something really specific that you've learned. It seems like your life has been so charmed and that you've landed in the right place, but I'm sure there have been struggles, and maybe there's a story or a piece of
Sure,
advice.
I mean, I can give some quick tidbits. I mean, starting a company is, and making it successful is like chewing glass and looking into the abyss. It is the hardest thing you could ever do. And you just need to make sure that it's something you love. Because you better like your glass sandwich, because you're going to be eating it for a long time. And that is the most important piece of advice, because if someone comes into it and says, oh, I just want to make some money, or I want to start a business, that's the wrong attitude. You can do it to learn, and there's nothing wrong with that, but if you do something you love, there is no such thing as failure.
That was awesome. So the main takeaway from Kimbal is do what you love, people. Do what you love. That's what it's all about. Don't let a near-death experience be the thing that makes you do what you love. Start doing it right now. Figure out what you're doing and what you love about it and go do it. Go do great things.